たいに優秀じゃなかったけど。
コニー。
ママ、それ何のお歌？
Hello anime lovers, it's Nats from Aninats channel. I'm gonna bring you some cool anime scenes, compilation, and reviews from animes that I personally watched. So, let's get started. Though this anime main character is mostly children, this anime is not what it seems. Yes, this time I'm gonna bring you a thriller anime. I highly recommend this anime as you will find a very interesting storyline since the first episode. In this storyline, there are orphanage called the House, where children spend their days playing games, studying and taking part in tests until they are eventually adopted. One night after a 6-year-old Connie is taken out for adoption by the house mother, Isabella, two of the smartest children in house, Emma and Norman go to catch up with Connie to deliver a stuffed toy that she forgot. Passing the steel open gate, they discover Connie's dead body inside of a truck. They are scared and surprised, hiding while hearing Isabella trades Connie as meat for demons' food. Realizing the orphanage house is actually a farm raising humans as food for the demons, Emma and Norman rush back and become determined to escape with the other children. Meanwhile, Isabella discovers the stuffed toy Emma have left beside the truck when they fled. Emma and Norman realize that the children are being shipped out based on their age and test scores, and smarter children with bigger brains are considered higher quality meat. They decide to escape before the next shipment in 2 months, and explore the forest for an escape route. They come across a high concrete wall that they believe can be climbed with rope. But they later realize that Isabella has a tracking devices implanted on their bodies. Another one of the smartest children, Ray, approaches them after they obtain tablecloths they use as a rope, and they revealed their plan to escape with all the children. Ray agrees to collaborate with them after being convinced by Norman. Afterwards, Isabella introduces a new infant named Carol and an adult helper named Sister Crone. The 3 children immediately perceive Sister Crone as another enemy to watch them from escaping. Emma, Norman and Ray evaluate their situation as they realize that they have been bugged with tracking devices, and that Isabella and Crone suspect them. However, there is tension between the sisters, and Crone desires to take Isabella's position. Emma then examines the new infant Carol, and discovers that the tracking devices are implanted in everyone's ears. To avoid suspicion, the trio use a game of tag to train everyone's readiness to escape, which is put to the test when Sister Crone decides to take part. She manages to catch everyone except Norman and Ray. Later that night, the children begin to suspect that one of them is a spy working for Isabella. The trio begin practicing tag with other children in teams, and Norman moved the date of their escape plan forward, giving them just 10 days to prepare. Later that night, the trio share their secrets with 2 other children to make the plan easier. Norman lays a trap to determine who the informant is by telling them the location of the ropes, and that night Isabella received a note from her informant. Meanwhile, Emma eavesdrops on Gilda as Crone tries to get information out of her, but Gilda chooses not to tell Crone anything. The following night, Norman inspects the rope locations with Ray and by the process of elimination accuses Ray of being the traitor. Norman's trap exposes Ray as Isabella's spy, and Ray explains that he did so voluntarily to gain information which could be used to escape. After a long debate, Ray eventually agrees to side with Norman on the condition that they give up the intention of saving everyone, since it will be impossible, but without telling Emma. Meanwhile, Emma has deduced that there was a hidden room in Isabella's office where she reports to the headquarters. Dawn and Gilda enter Isabella's office and find the entrance to the hidden room. Emma then tells Norman and Ray about finding Morse code messages from some books, written by a person named William Minerva, stored in the library. Meanwhile, Dawn and Gilda gain access to Isabella's sitting room, where they discover a communication device and toys belongs to the children who left the house. Unable to find out the truth about the purpose of the orphanage house, Dawn and Gilda reaffirm their desire to help everyone escaped. Meanwhile, Ray learns from Isabella that he will be the next child to be shipped out. On one day, Crone confronts Emma and the others about them knowing the purpose of the orphanage house, and she offers to join forces. Crone proposes to Norman and Emma that they work together, so they're escaping cause Isabella's demise so Crone can become the head of the house. She revealed she was once an orphan like them, but she can never leave her assigned area because of the monitoring chip implanted in her chest. They agree to join her but cannot trust her. Meanwhile, Ray receives an instant camera from Isabel as a reward for his assistance. The next day, Emma and Norman prepare to climb the wall and inspect the vicinity, while Ray plants some confidential information about Isabella for Crone to find. Crone finds the note to what appears to be Isabella's weakness. Moments later, Isabella tells Crone with official instructions that she will be transferred out and has to leave immediately. She meets with Grandma at the gate and realizes that she is about to be killed by a demon. She recalls her life from when she was an orphan, the years of training to become a mom, and hopes that the children can escape and destroy their cruel world. Meanwhile, Emma and Norman continue their plan to investigate the wall, while Isabella informs Ray that she has disposed Sister Crone, and that her deal with him is over. She locked him in a room, then uses her tracking device to detect and find Norman and Emma. As Dawn rescue Ray, Isabella finds Norman and Elma and tells them to stop resisting, explaining that they have lived happy and carefree lives and will die quickly. They refuse to accept this fate, and Emma grabs Isabella so Norman can climb the wall, but Isabella breaks Emma's leg. Isabella then discloses that they are the best quality meat she has raised, and that Norman will be shipped out the next day. Emma are determined not to let Norman die. Ray tells him to break the tracking device, and pretend to escape so that he could hide and join the others in their planned escape. Norman refuses, saying it would only tighten security, which would make the escape for the others more difficult, and Emma or Ray might be shipped in his place. Emma suggests Ray break a bone or become sick to avoid this, as the demons wouldn't ship damaged products. Norman finally agrees to try something to escape before he is shipped. That night, Ray admits to Emma and Norman that he knew the orphanage house secret from the beginning, as he can recall memories from when he was a baby, passing through the demon's headquarters and the gate before being brought to the house. The next day, Norman prepares for his plan for the first test of their escape plan by scaling the wall to see the forest beyond the wall. Surprisingly, he returned that evening and tells Ray and Emma that escape is impossible. Beyond the wall, there is a wide and deep canyon cut deep into the ground, completely separating the wall from the forest. Norman tells Emma and Ray the entire farm is encircled by this canyon, and the only way to leave is through the gate, which leads to the demon headquarters. Norman returns the device to break the trackers, and that night says goodbye to everyone. Emma jumps to Norman and tells him to use the device and run away, but Norman rejects it as it will jeopardize the escape plan for everyone else. At the gate, Isabella tells Norman to enter a room, and that's the last time she's seen Norman. The day after, Dawn and Gilda ask Ray what the plan is now, but he's given up by the loss of Norman. In the infirmary, Isabella talked to Emma how she can be the orphanage house mom. If she completes her training, she could return to the house as a mother or sister, but Emma refuses. 2 months passed, Ray and Emma still apparently sulking in defeat. The night before Ray is to be shipped out, he sits alone in the dining hall saying goodbye to the house. When Ray asked Emma if she has really given up, she smiles with sharp eyes. On the evening before Ray's departure, Emma reveals she has never given up the idea of her escape. While Isabella closely watched her and Ray, Dawn and Gilda continue preparing for their escape. Ray proposes that they set the house on fire that night as a distraction. After Emma agrees, Ray tells Emma he plans to set himself on fire to distract Isabella and deny the demons their feast of him. As the clock chimes midnight, Ray starts the fire. As the fire spreads, Emma cut her ear and loses the tracking device so she cannot be tracked. Isabella trying to extinguish the fire and save Ray, who she thinks is engulfed in flames. But the truth is the children had wrapped in meat and hair in his clothes as a decoy. Months earlier Norman told Emma of Ray's plan to burn himself and prepared a counter-plan for her, which meant that they were already prepared to escape. The children reach the boundary and prepare to scale the wall, but Ray notices the younger ones are not with them. Emma then tells Ray that the young ones are safely left behind since the demons won't harvest 4-year-old under. Emma plans to come back and rescue them later before they harvest it. Meanwhile Isabella goes to contact headquarters but finds the keyhole plugged. However, she managed to rescue the transmitter as the building burns. Outside, Isabella realizes that the children including Ray are alive. Isabella notifies headquarters of the fire and that the children have escaped. The alarm is sounded as the children prepared to cross the canyon between the wall. After Dawn first throw a rope across the canyon, the children begin to cross to the forest using ropes and coat hangers as zip lines. When there's no sign of escaping children at the gate, Isabella runs along the wall and arrives in time to see Emma, the last child to cross into the forest before the lines are cut. Isabella then recalls her memory when she was a child on a farm, watching her friends being harvested, and begin training to be an orphanage house mother to survive. She gave birth before becoming a house mother, where she realized that Ray was her son, after she heard him humming a familiar song. Isabella accepts defeat and wishes the children luck on the escape journey before removing the rope and returning to the burning building. The escaped children see their first sunrise outside the farm, and ready for their journey, and that's the end of the first season and this video. This anime consists of 2 seasons, where the second season will bring you the journey of the children outside the house. Be sure to watch the second season as Emma, Ray, and the others will expose the world outside the house. I'm sure you will find a lot of surprises and more interesting storyline. As always, if you like my video, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out my next one. Thank you and see you next time.